Friday, Kirstads and students. For our first story of the day, scientists have finally figured out Hawking's theory about falling into black holes.
If you jump into a black hole, according to a series of new calculations, the answer is yes. Hawking would use his semi-classical explanation of the physics of a black hole to describe what happens to matter in and around it.
He discovered that quantum uncertainty caused small amounts of radiation to emanate from a black hole called Hawking's radiation. This eventually caused it to lose mass and evaporate into nothingness.
If the black hole loses mass and eventually disappears, then what falls in must disappear, well, not disappear, but appear again somewhere.
Scientists from UC Santa Barbara have uncovered additional effects permitted by general relativity that Hawking didn't include, which describes a situation in which information that falls into a black hole will eventually come out, and that this phenomenon happens at the same time and is partly the reason for the evaporation of a black hole.
The way in which it works is through quantum entanglement, a phenomenon which simply means that particles of matter can be linked on the quantum level and display patterns in reactivity to each other even though they could be separated by thousands of miles.
Early results were announced today for clinical trials involving 43,538 volunteers that showed a robust 90% success rate for protecting people against coronavirus.
The analysis compared the number of cases of COVID-19 among volunteers receiving the vaccine with an approximately equal-sized group of volunteers who got a placebo jab instead.
The researchers reported no contraction of the disease in over 90% of the vaccinated group, so far with immune protection achieved 28 days after the first dose of the two-dose schedule. Based on their current projections, Pfizer would be ready to manufacture globally up to 50 million vaccine doses at the end of the year and up to 1.3 billion doses by 2021.
Did you know that Sikh temples can provide a free meal, a safe place, or a temporary shelter if you ever need it? Anyone can visit the temple irrespective of their native language, sexual orientation, or religious beliefs. Above all, they will never try to convert you.
Another fun fact, you might be one of the 1 to 3% of people that cannot visualize stuff at all. It can interfere with certain methods of teaching and therapy techniques. Most people who can't visualize don't realize it until it's pointed out to them because they don't realize that other people can.
And if you're one of those people who has never sat there confused and lost while everyone else does some sort of imagine you are on a beach exercise, you might just be one of them. This may seem silly to everyone who can, but you should know that most people can actually visualize that beach in their head. They can come up with a sort of mental image of the beach. The clarity might vary, but they can actually visualize and imagine things.
If you can't do this at all, it's called aphantasia. And it's not a big deal really, and not uncommon at all. But if you feel like you're a part of this group, you should know about it yourself, because a lot of people don't.
We are trying something new for this new segment, polls. Our first poll will be, would you rather have 7 fingers on each hand or have 7 toes on each foot?
Mr. Lewis has emailed the link and also sent it through Remind for you to fill out and be featured on the next KHS News segment.
Here are the facts about Friday the 13th. For a month to have a Friday the 13th, the month must start on a Sunday.
And now for the birthdays. Yesterday, we had Nathan Caro and Miriam Parada.
Today we have Aika Mitchell, Mylin, Emily Woon, Maria Nasali, Jessica Dang, and Mai Huang Lee. Happy birthday, guys!
And have a great Friday, everyone!